have a question that we talked about, and this to me is the eye test, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm walking in and I'm a young player, very early in your career, and I have a little short Asian woman telling me she's wanted to help me develop basketball, I'm going to say, why should I trust you to help me develop basketball from the eye test, right? These don't go together, right, normally. So how did you overcome maybe the eye test right away in your development process? Do you feel that you had that with players? Or you just that good that just never was a thing. You know what I mean? Like, coming in like eye test, like, what you gonna tell me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Blake, I'll say this, Blake jumped off the charts right away. And I came through video, right? So it's Eric Spoelstra. I read an article about Eric Spoelstra. So I was like, oh, he wasn't a former player, because no offense, but former players, y'all are connected. There's a fraternity there where you guys know each other. So I knew that wasn't me. But Eric did it through video. So I was like, okay, so let me start through video. And I remember rebounding for Blake and DJ, and Blake was like, so what are you doing here? You
sound like some Blake shit.
Blake, I love you.
What are you doing?
After like a month though, I was like, all right, I was the only female. So at the time, I was the only female in the league. And I was like, well, I want to become a coach one day,
right.
He's like, yeah, he goes, I don't really see that happening. Blake's just straighthtroughfard. Yeah. And I was like, this motherfucker, So as Blake turned around, I visually put a target on his back. I was like, Blake, I go, someone I got to get. You know what I mean? I got to get him. 5 years, fast forward again, ended up building a great relationship, obviously, with Blake, just because his work ethic alone. You can't fault the guy. I ended up, during the Houston playoff round, I warmed up Big Baby because he wasn't playing. So I had to warm him up and I had to get him through a workout. And we come back in and he just starts breathing hard in the locker room. He goes, God damn. He goes, Nat just put me through a hell of a workout. He's like, she's going to be a great coach one day. And Blake was like, no, she's going to be a great NBA head coach one day. And I was like, God, I said it got him, but I was grateful. To hear one of the best NBA players of all time say that come out of his mouth, and I was wow.
And it was what? It was your work. It was your showing up every day. It was what was it that you think?
Yeah, I think so. For me, when you talked about what do I see, how do I view myself, I don't when I walk into the gym, I see 2 hoops, I see basketball. Let's go to work. That's what I was raised. You know what I mean? This is all I've done since I was 6. So I can't really have the mindset of how do people perceive me? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I'm so...
Keep that.
But it's because I'm so, like you said, I want to get the players better. So whatever I can do to get the players better or assist the coaches, doing film or edits or whatever, that's my job.
Yeah.
So as long as I stay focused and, and I'm there. And I also learned, too, you can't BS players. That was something Doc told me. Because if you don't know the answer, he's like, do not say it. Yeah. And he's like, because one lie, he goes, you will lose the player's trust. So Doc's Doc said, do not say something you don't know.
We on your head, for sure. You can. And we're going to look up your stats. We're going to know everything about you. I wrote Spo's stats on the board one day. Spo was on my head about my turnovers, right? He was on my head. I was turning the ball over at probably a high rate for a couple games. So he was on my head. So one day I decided before the game, I'm going to write your stats up and see. I want to show your assist to turnover ratio. Wasn't that great, bro?
I am crying.
He came out before the game what the? He knew I did it too.
Yeah, he
I'm like, hey, bro, your assist to turnover ratio wasn't that great neither.
That's funny.
So as players, we gonna you bet not. You better be true to everything you say because we own you.
Yes.
This is your city. You know what I'm saying? Can I get some tickets? No, I didn't want to. But how do you feel being here, knowing that, obviously, what's to come is going to be very special for you guys. And this is a good jump and start off point for you guys as you're getting ready for something very special.
Yeah. Well, honestly, just grateful. As you guys know, just being transparent in the NBA, I don't know how long I'm going to be here.
Yeah.
Just going to be honest. Yeah. That's part of signing up for a head coaching job, being in pro sports. So I'm just going to I'm super grateful. I'm going to pour my heart and soul to this organization, to Golden State, to Joe Lacob. Obviously, he's my owner. Big part of why I took the job.
Yeah.
He's just super fiery, and his expectations was, we have to win in 5 years. So I said, sign me up. I'm in a place where the expectations are high. Great. I want that support. I want those resources.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, who wants to go to a place
I'm
like,
trying to play for her.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go for 8th this year. No, like Joe's all about pushing, obviously he won 4 championships already with the Warriors. So I just feel I'm very lucky and grateful.